It has not been a good summer for Rangers so far. First, Ibrox isn't ready to host games. Then they got linked to signing Kenny McLean. And just when you think things couldn't get any worse, they are now being taken to court by Aberdeen. Welcome back, guys, to Fog Football. And it is official. Aberdeen have come out and said they are ready to take Rangers to court. And they are preparing for this tribunal revolving around Conor Barron and his move to Rangers in the summer. So obviously we all know now Conor Barron is a Rangers player. He signed a 4-year deal with Rangers last week after turning down a new contract at Pittodrie, where he had risen through the youth ranks, and now the amount of money that Rangers are going to have to give Aberdeen is going to rise, because that's just how football works apparently. I'm not too sure I like this rule where they have to give Aberdeen money because Conor Barron came through the youth ranks compensation. I mean, at the end of the day, he left, his contract had run down. That's on Aberdeen. That is on Aberdeen to get him to sign a new contract or sell him while he's still got time available on his deal. I'm not a big fan of the whole guaranteed compensation. Now, with the development compensation, Aberdeen are supposedly guaranteed around 500,000, but it's suspected to be a bit more than that. Now, Rangers have apparently offered Aberdeen that exact amount, 500,000, but Aberdeen believe they can get more. In fact, they think they can get a lot more, including a sell-on fee in the future for Conor Barron. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens if Aberdeen do take Rangers to court. Should Rangers give Aberdeen a better offer? First, I believe Rangers says that we're not giving Aberdeen anything, and then I think they've changed their stance and they've made this £500,000 bid or whatever, and now Aberdeen are like, nah, that is not enough. So Alan Burrows, the Aberdeen, I believe, chief executive, has insisted that Aberdeen are prepared to take Rangers to a tribunal if it means getting best value for Conor Barron. So basically, they just want more money. They're being a bit greedy here. I think that's what it is. Conor Barron's contract had ran out. I mean, that's on Aberdeen. I think getting 500 grand for a player that his contract is finished, I think that's actually a good offer. I mean, Conor Barron's a decent player, but he's not an amazing player. I would say £500,000 for a guy that had run down his contract. That's actually good money, but Aberdeen obviously believe they can get more than that because it's nowhere near the valuation that they have of Conor Barron. But honestly, I'm just wondering, like, how much would Aberdeen have got for this guy if they sold him, let's say, in January? Say if Conor Barron was like, I want to leave, I'm not going to sign a new contract, and then Aberdeen were right, okay, we're going to get as much money for you as possible, we're just going to sell you, rather than let you agree to join a club in the summer on a pre-contract, we're going to sell you now in January and try and pocket something. I mean, would they have got much more than 500k? Would they have even got 500k for Conor Barron in January? So yeah, it does seem strange to me that they somehow believe they deserve a lot more than 500k. I actually think 500k is a decent offer, but Burrows has made it clear that unless they can strike an agreement, then he is prepared for the Scottish Professional Football League Tribunal to decide the fee, and it looks like they will actually side in favour of Aberdeen. So Rangers thought they were getting this player for free, then they're prepared to pay the £500,000 fee, but it turns out it could be a lot more than that, and potentially double that. So this is what Burrows said. He says, quote, if there isn't an agreement between the two clubs, then we are fully prepared to go to a tribunal. It is our job to get the best value for any player, and we will try and do that with Conor Barron. Ideally, in all walks of life, we would like to avoid situations where you go to tribunals, but if we have to, then we will. End of quote. So is that a threat? I mean, I don't think Aberdeen really want to do it. I think what they want is a better offer from Rangers, but I'm not convinced Rangers are going to give them that. I think Rangers will probably sit on this 500k, and I can't see them, like, how much more do they want realistically? I mean, what are you expecting for a player whose contract ran out? You know, at this point, Conor Barron is beginning to look like a bad signing for Rangers. When it first got made, when there was the rumours of it, first of all, you think, well, you know, his contract's finished, why not? Take a chance on him. But if this ends up with Rangers having to pay out, you know, a decent amount more money than the 500k, then you could be looking at this Connor Barron signing and be like, you know, was it worth it? Was it worth paying that amount of money? Could Rangers have got somebody better than that? So, yeah, it's interesting to see potentially what they could get. It's rumoured, estimated that it could be approximately $1 million with obviously a further sell-on fee. Right now, there is no sell-on fees. There's nothing like that transfer move-on percentages because his contract was up. But obviously, if it goes to the Tribunal, then they can be added in, which, I mean, it doesn't seem fair. It doesn't seem fair. So I think Aberdeen are actually going to come out of this smelling the roses. At first, it looked like they'd let a good young player run his contract out and that they were losing out. But this could actually be a good thing for Aberdeen now, and it could leave Rangers out of pocket. Yeah, so interesting to see, will it go to the Tribunal or will Rangers just improve their offer? It remains to be seen. There's already some bad blood between these two clubs. I think that's fair to say. Probably an understatement. And yeah, I don't think these matters are going to help much. But in terms of the Old Firm, not a lot happening right now. Motherwell, though, have been very, very busy. 8 signings so far, and their latest signing is Cup double winner Liam Gordon. I've been looking at Motherwell, and I think they've actually made quite a few good signings so far this season. But for me, and I'm not just being biased, I'm not saying this as a jamble, but I think the club of the summer so far in terms of the transfer market has to be Hearts. Now, I know quite a lot of the signings were already agreed, and it's not like they've just plucked a bunch of signings out of nowhere. But I just think when you look at who's actually been bringing players in, I'm looking at Hearts, and I'm very positive for this upcoming season. So yeah, I would say so far Hearts and Motherwell are winning the transfer window, which I know isn't a trophy, but here, I'd rather my club be out there making signings, making moves, bringing in players, than just be sitting on their hands, sitting on their arse and doing absolutely nothing, which is what quite a lot of clubs are doing at the moment. Also, Haksabanovic, he has left Celtic, so goodbye to him. Was never a player, never rated him. I don't think it's a loss for Celtic. I mean, there was one point Celtic were kind of had a dilemma where they maybe had too many wingers, but I mean, he was just never any good, was he? And it's better for Celtic that he's gone, get him off the wage bill, because he didn't have a future there. He proved that he just wasn't good enough. So it's what it is, guys. No loss for Celtic, and we'll see if they plan to replace him. But anyway, guys, that's it. Any more transfer news comes, we'll keep you updated, but not a lot happening. It's been pretty quiet. I do think, though, with Scotland being knocked out the Euros, I think this could be the start. I think this is where we might actually see more transfers and more people on the move. So stay tuned for more. We'll catch you in the next one. But let us know down below, is 500k fair? What do Aberdeen deserve for Connor Barron? I might actually put it up for a poll. Because I think it'd be interesting to see what people believe. So yeah, we'll catch you guys in the next one. Till then, though, peace.